All right, today we are going to assemble the FP-MPC 01, which is basically the long travel version of the FP-01 flying pancake. So, dump all the parts out. Make sure all of them came out. These little snap dots are small, so don't lose them. Scan this to go to the build guide, but you're already here. And I like to start by just kind of organizing the parts in little piles. So to start with the tires and the bearings kind of over here, kind of the wheels. There's kind of some of these suspension components. Then I'm going to put everything that requires a snap dot, which basically is anything that has this round kind of pocket, will go into another pile. These do not. These are the little ball end links, 4 of those. Don't lose them. Okay. Now, these are the snap dots. They've got a little pocket. They're kind of squishy. They're basically like the bushings for all of the connection. They're what allow the ClickRig to absorb lots of energy when it crashes. And then these are the snap studs, and those are we're gonna use those on this cab, just on the bottom. So we're gonna kind of pull these out and just set them aside. Put those over here, and we'll just kind of spread these out. I'm gonna take your tool. You don't have to use this mat. I just kind of like it because it makes it a little easier sometimes. And essentially just take your tool, pick up a snap dot just like that. And I like to push with both hands. Just kind of, you want to get it seated nice and evenly before you push, and then just push straight down. If it goes in crooked, it's okay. Don't keep pushing. You can usually just pull it out with your fingers. But if you push it in too far, you can also use a pair of needle nose pliers and pull it out that way. You can kind of see that one went in a little bit sideways. And you can just press it in with your finger. We're basically just going to do this for all of them. So what I would recommend is maybe pausing the video and getting everything set up how I had it, and then catch up with me, and then just kind of follow along. Let's put these finished ones into a pile over here. Now we'll do the chassis components. Sometimes too you can kind of give it a little twist. Lots of different ways of doing it. Trick is you just want them nice and even in there. They shouldn't be all cockeyed, and they should be pressed all the way down. And sometimes you can pry it back out with the tool if it goes in crooked. And usually when they go in crooked, it's because you didn't kind of have it evenly seated when you started pushing, like that. Wrist aside. I just like to sometimes get these prepped, so once I get into a flow, I don't have to stop and flip them over. Now for this cab, there's a top side and there's a bottom side. We're not going to put any snap dots on the bottom side. We're actually going to put the snap studs. But for now, we're just going to put the snap dots in the top. So don't put any on the bottom, because if you do, you'll just have to take them out. Voila. And then your bag will actually come with one of these chassis, but I already had one here, so I didn't put it into the bag, but you do have to put the snap dots in there as well. You can also do these by hand. It's good to mix it up too. That way, give different parts of your hand a break. All right, now let's begin. Printed out a few of these from the CAD just for my own reference because I haven't put very many of these together, so I don't have it committed to memory. But we'll start. Take this 3x5 cap, and we'll just snap it in just like that. Just one over. Take the other one just like that. Now let's take these two. All right. Now for these ball-end links, we have two lengths. We have two long ones and kind of two shorter ones. So the longer ones are going to go up front. So we're going to build this as the front. The springs are the same, and these just kind of pop in, just like that. And then same, they pop in to these little pockets here. Just like that. We'll do the same for the rear spring. Of course, I put it on backwards. Just like that. So now, start at the rear here. Essentially, we have to put this down in there and kind of line it up, and then this is going to snap. Just like that. I'll do that for the front one. That one gets the 1x5. That one snaps just like that. Two white ones. Just like that. Little 1x2s. I'll take these 1x1s. We'll put them here and here on the front. But the other two are going to go here, but we'll do that last because they're also going to be used to secure the rear V-brace. And these essentially just bridge. So that's most of our chassis right there. Okay, now this. Comes there, and then just 1x3 right in front, just like that. Now for the cab, like I said, we're going to use these snap studs. I usually only put 4 in. It really depends. You can put, I think this thing comes with 9. You can put a lot more in, but essentially they kind of twist in and then pop in, and then you kind of straighten them. They're like little joysticks. It's generally good to use as few as, because they can move around. The more you have, the harder it is to get them all aligned. So 4 to 6 is usually enough for securing the cabs. And this is a single seat cab versus the 2-seat cab, so 4 is plenty. And you can use needle nose pliers to kind of twist these in as well if you're having trouble. But the twist is the key. Just like that. And that's going to snap on just like so. And sometimes you kind of get it started and then wiggle it around. It should go right on. Boom. Now let's do the V-brace. So take the soft bit and the V-brace stiffener. And that just kind of pops in. Just like that. And then take your link pin and put it through this hole, just like that, and then take one of the 1x1s, another 1x1, and so you should end up with something that looks like that. Then press that in on top of the cab. And you kind of have to squish that a little bit. There it goes. Just like so. Now we'll take our fenders. On the fenders, there's a front side and a back side. The front side angles more forward. The back side is steeper. And so same thing for the front. Sweet. Now we'll do wheels and tires and bearings. So you take the wheel, it's got a large diameter opening and a small diameter. Bearing pops into the larger diameter, just like that. And the wheels, just kind of pull them over, pull them out, so that the beads are seated evenly all the way around. Much easier than doing it with a real tire. And then essentially just easiest way is to kind of pinch there. Just press it on until it seats. Pinch. Voila, there it is. That's the FP-MPC 01 flying Flapjack. And as you can see, it's got a good amount of wheel travel. Has a lot of camber change, so it's not the cleanest wheel travel in the world, but this is something of a backyard modification of the FP-01 flying pancake, which is very bare bones. Also has a similar kind of swing axle suspension, but obviously not nearly as much travel. You can kind of see the difference. This one is a lot wider. It's a little longer. This one also has the spring right built into the axle, whereas these axles have a separate butterfly spring, just like on the trophy truck, and the ball end links, so that you can adjust the spring rate and the ride height if you have like the master suspension tuning kit. And so you can kind of see the differences from the two. You can also just get the long travel kit if you already have a flying pancake, an FP-01, and convert it into the long travel version by just adding the long travel kit to this. But the MPC-01 comes with all the components to build that right away. So there it is. Thanks for watching.